In this video, I'm going to share with you the essential marketing trends and insights, the priorities and challenges for this year, and I help you discover the top marketing techniques that you want to consider implementing. My name is Sigrid Kaste. My business is Stickybeak Marketing. I did start in 2002 with my first business, a diamond jewelry one. I had no idea of that industry or any of the products at the time, but I did know marketing. That is what I had studied, and I built that business entirely with marketing strategies and sold it for 2.5 times what I bought it for. Now that happened at a time when other jewelers here actually closed theirs down. I found the opportunity and saw another business, Brisbane Office Supplies, and I purchased that one. And I built that up again with only marketing. I'd never worked in that industry, office supplies, before. I didn't know one pencil from another. Marketing is what got me to get for that business 5 times my purchase price back. So really great opportunity. After that, I started Stickybeak Marketing in 2010. With Stickybeak Marketing, I offer programs, platforms, and workshops that help you design, deliver, and spread your message in order to attract clients and customers consistently. So let's go on the way and share with you marketing. So many businesses look at it as just 1, maybe 2, 3, 4 of what we have on the screen here, areas. They might say, well, marketing, I do social media, or marketing, I use SEO. Marketing, yes, I have a website. Marketing, well, I do advertising. The difficulty here is that one single thing, and even if they might be doing all 4 that are on the screen here, they're usually disconnected. And so the most common phrase that I hear is, my marketing does not work. Here is why. Marketing really is all of these components here. You have flyers, SEO, social media, other promotions, sales, email, advertising, my business, local places, phone directory, listings, video. All of that is marketing. They're all parts of the umbrella marketing, and you really want to make sure that they are connected. Of course, you don't have to do all of them. It depends on your business, which are the right ones for you, for your business. Consider this, in today's market, where we have so many platforms, so many places that your customers are, even you and I are on many different places online these days. So not only are customers all over different places, locations online, but also people that are doing similar things to us in business are out there as well. So while they may not be directly competitors to us, the customer does not know that in detail. They do not necessarily know the direct differences at times. So we have a vast market that we are visible in, or maybe even not visible in. So it makes it really difficult to promote our business, to build and expand it. What's important in this vast market is that you immediately attract customers, attract new prospects, and then hold that attention. That is the key in the marketing today, that you attract those that you want to work with, those that are right for your business, for your products and services, and hold their attention. The priorities, keeping that in mind, the priorities for this year are definitely going to be multi-channel, multi-device marketing. That means you need to look at how many different channels or marketing places you need to be on. You need to market yourself, your business on. One and only one will not be enough for you. You need to select a variety. And you also need to make sure that you perhaps use multi-devices. Some people will no longer use PCs. They are only on their phones. So whatever you promote, whatever your advertisements, your content looks like, you want to make sure that it is visible and visibly well on phones, for example. The priority number 2 is to collect and work with consumer data, and also be aware on how you are using it and whether you have all measures in place that you're keeping it safe and within the law. Consumer data is everything about your customers. You want to know as much detail as possible. Now you can gather that detail by doing surveys, by asking existing customers directly about what you do and how you do things, about who they are, why they come to you. There's a whole range of detailed information that you need to know, that you want to know, and that data wants to be stored somewhere so you can use that to market well to those customers. Number 3 priority this year is going to be AI. That stands for artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence can help us build trust, and it can help us create a personalized customer journey. That means when somebody first hears about you, sees you somewhere online perhaps, that you want to start from that moment onward to build their trust. The saying is that when they know you and like you, they will trust you. Out of know, like, and trust develops and comes the sale. So artificial intelligence is now in the market for all of us, affordable to use in our marketing to help speed up what we do, to automate it, but at the same time, keep a close eye on personalization. Priority number 4 is engagement in social and email. What that means is your engagement with your customers, how you nurture them, how you talk to them, how often you are in contact with them, how you follow up. That's all part of your engagement. And lastly, or the 5th one that I have listed for you here, priority for this year, is metrics and measurements. It is very important that with marketing, you set yourself metrics that you want to achieve, you collect that, you have measurements in place, you look at that. But you also need to be aware that there are more than just the first layer in many cases. So to measure how many visitors come to your website homepage, perhaps, and look at that they only stay there for 20 seconds and conclude something from that alone is not going deep enough. That alone is not the full picture. You need to have a look as to where they came from, what devices they used, and so on. There's a whole range of detail with metrics and measurements that you want to consider. But these are the priorities for you for this year. The challenges are real-time engagement. So when you are getting a like or a comment somewhere in social media, when you receive an email or a phone call from a customer, make sure that your timing in which you get back to them and you give them answers and more information is relevant, is as quick as you possibly can. And when you automate this, you really are going to overcome that challenge of getting back to every customer quickly. I had an experience recently. I was looking for to replace some fly screen mesh, and I looked online. I saw 2 particular businesses that popped up to my search. One of them particularly spoke in detail exactly about what I was looking for, and I contacted that business via phone. I didn't get an answer. I sent text message, took a day or 2 to get an answer back on that one. I tried to stay in touch and get more information and some more detail. But unfortunately, that business, even though they looked like they were the perfect business for me, for what I wanted, they were really slow in response. And every time they responded, it appeared they hadn't actually read my message, my prior message. So they were never up to date with what I was asking. So I decided, well, I am going to call the other business. They answered immediately. They sent me a quote through. They spoke to me. They followed it up. So real-time engagement means be on the ball with your customers, with prospects, with contacts. A challenge number 2 is learning and using new technologies. That's a hugely evolving area. New software comes out almost weekly. There is new ways of how social media works. So being part of that is really important. Also, learning about how marketing works, how you need to apply marketing in your business. A lot of that is sometimes new and involves technology, involves setting up things, involves using online tool perhaps. Of course, you won't have time to do everything, but it is a good idea before you even engage somebody else to do something for you, to have a foundation understanding of it, and then work out where you spend your money. And that leads us straight into the budget constraints. It is so easy to say, particularly, I don't have any money for marketing, or I'm not budgeting for marketing. And that is very, very sad, because marketing is the lifeblood and behind everything that you do in your business. You saw that big scale before. All of those areas in a business that bring in new customers, that connect with customers, that interact with customers, all of that is marketing, important, and you are worth your while spending money on it. When I owned my jewelry business, now that is a while back in 2002, I spent about $14,000 a month on marketing. That's a lot, because in those days, the online area wasn't as big as it is now. We spend the money on TV ads, on radio ads, on cinema ads, so they very costly. You can have a much smaller budget these days and really make a difference and really get your marketing done. I know those are challenges. It's something to take a look at and see how you can work that out in your business. Now, the next one is to be cohesive and consistent in your activities, online and offline. We have worked with an insurance client, insurance company. He had a new website set up that we did for him. He said, I'm going to do blogging. I want to use organic marketing to get people to see my site. I'm not going to spend money yet on advertising. He did it on a frequent bi-weekly basis for about a month and a bit, and it became too much. He stopped and started, not only with his blog post writing, but he did the same with his social media. On the one hand, being inconsistent, it affects the way the algorithms of the social media platforms, how they work and how they show you. On the other hand, it is just not a good measure for you to be visible sometimes and then not visible for a very long time after that. That is really important, and it is a challenge to work that out, but you want to have a plan and you want to work out how can you make it consistent, and of course all of your content needs to be cohesive. It needs to go hand in hand with what you want to achieve with your business and your marketing. Challenge number 5 that I have listed here, understanding targeting, is a common and consistently comes up as a challenge for businesses that I have worked with in my 10 years in Stickybeak Marketing. A business owner only just this week on Wednesday contacted me and said, I'm selling shoes. I have a Facebook page and I have a website, and my target market is women 50 plus. So I took a look at her website, I took a look at her Facebook page, and on neither platforms did it say anything about her target market. And I asked her, how come? She said, well, I don't want to miss out on 30-something or 40-something women. You know, I want to capture them all. Yes, I understand that. Here is what targeting is about. When you decide on a very specific target market, and that means a particular group of customers or clients that you want to work with, that you know what you offer is specifically designed for, then be clear on who this target market is. Work out all the details around them and stick to that and start with just one. It gives you the number one expertise for that market. You are seen and positioned straight away as being the authority in that market. When you are the authority and the expert in one market, you will very quickly find that people that are outside of that specific market come to you anyway and ask you, do you also help me or my business? And you will find that they recognize you as the expert in one particular area, and that transfers directly into others. And having that specific positioning of who you are and even what you are asking for your services, for your products, makes a big difference. Think about Apple computers. When they first came into the market, there were a lot of other computers already out there. Now, yes, they were different with a different operating system. But they positioned themselves from the very start to the higher priced market. People that want to think different and be different, and therefore they are paying a different price easily. They don't mind paying more for something, the Apple computers. So that is a big component for targeting and sticking to a target market. Now here are the components. This is the foundation of your marketing for this year from now on forward. Obviously, things change and new things come into the market, but right now, this is the foundation that you need to look at with your marketing. So let me go through this one by one. The first thing is that you need to grab and hold attention. You need to grab and hold the attention of the prospects that you want. And that might be in social media or with advertising. There's really only those two areas that give you that attention, the social media, the advertising. So attention is about who you are, what you say, and what you have on offer. Putting that out there so that your prospects can see it in some form or shape. Obviously, very specific to your business, this needs to be looked at in detail. From that moment of grabbing the attention, you want to bring that prospect across to capturing their details. You want to collect a list. A list in the business is the highest value. The larger your list and the more active it is, the more value you have in your business, no matter what industry you are in. When I purchased Brisbane office supplies, for example, there was a list of 270 customers. I discovered very quickly that only about 75 of those were active customers. The rest were listed, but they hadn't been purchasing for a number of years. Now I changed that very quickly and I got that back to 270 customers and built it from there. So having that list and keeping it active is very important. To capture that takes a variety of ways depending on what your business is. So in the office supplies business, we did that when we delivered products out there to offices, we would always go to adjacent offices and businesses and get their details and tell them that we had regularly new products and information about products and would they like to receive it. So we built that list. You might want to do that online with giving away something special, something for free that people sign up to. Once you have captured them, that they have signed up to, or that they have agreed for you to contact them, you want to send them to a landing page. Now, a landing page, it simply means that that is a place where that visitor lands on. It could be information on that page. It could be a specific offer in relation to the capture that you did here, what you offered here. It could be a sales page that you have something to sell and you're building a real page that sells that product or that service. It takes a variety of ways and depends on your business. This here, the list nurture, the last one on this particular foundation strategy visual that I have for you here, is really important, and I point you to look closely at the image that I have there on the top, or that graphic there. That is how you nurture not only your prospects, but also your existing and past customers. You want to always send out nurture material, which might be text messages, emails, phone calls. Always, always make them sound personalized, as if that person is sitting directly across the table from you and you're speaking to them. Nurturing is not about you showing yourself off as the expert with expert language out of your industry. It is about coming to the level of the customer, speaking to them in their language, and addressing their fears and frustrations. Now, when we talk about this strategy here and this overall foundation of what you need to look at with your marketing this year, I want to point out that so many people focus so much on a website. They spend so much money and time and, as well, and have a lot of different people's opinions around what their website needs to look like. They have their own opinion. This focus on a website really needs to change for the future. A website stands for a set of related pages. Doesn't have to be just that home page where there's so much focus on usually, because not necessarily does somebody land on your home page when they have been searching for something. They may come to a completely different page of your website. You might want to set up these capture modes online on a whole range of separate pages with only the capture call to action. And when they come from that one across to a landing page where you are now in direct relation to what they gave you information for, in direct relation, if you're offering here an ebook on a topic, you want to make sure that that topic is represented on that landing page, whether that's information, an offer, or sales. So make it connected. I was working with a law firm. They came to me and said, we are spending $2,500 a month on Google Ads. We're paying more and more because we're getting all those click-throughs, but we're not getting the people to contact us. So that was a real difficult situation for them. They were doing their own marketing. They set up their own ad. Obviously, it was a really wanted ad. People were clicking on it. But what happened was, from that ad, that topic that touched on, they simply send the person through to their homepage, their website homepage. And that was full of other information, all sorts of other details, not in direct connection to the ad. So the person looked at the ad, saw that they wanted, that this law firm had the answer to their fear, click through to find out more, and they come to a page where there was just all sorts of other information, not the answer, not the solution to what they were looking for. So big mistake. That needs to be connected, definitely from attention to capture to landing. And then your list, you want to collect that in detail to what that capture was about. So if you have different products or different capture opportunities, make sure each of those has a separate list that those prospects come on. Now I'm going to dig a little bit deeper in what this capture and then landing page might look like. We have here an investment company. And you can see here that they are very specific with this lead capture. They are offering a 15-minute retirement plan, a little ebook. So this is very specific for people who are looking at retirement and they want to plan for it. They're offering this little opt-in preceded various different posts in social media that people could click on. They come to this capture page. That's all that's on there. There's no navigation bar, there's no other information, no sidebar, just this. That makes it so clear to the viewer that comes here, right, this is what I'm getting. Yes, I want this free guide. I click on here. So be so clear on it in today's world where we have such short attention spans, where people are scrolling all day and just taking on information in a split second and keep going. The moment you have a whole web page around it with a whole range of other information, you've lost that person. And this is very relevant also to consider for your main page of your website. And that's why I said earlier, a website is a set of related pages, but they do not necessarily need to be connected on one platform. So you come here when you are, if you are interested in a retirement plan, you click through to get this little ebook. They're sending you to a page where you can download this ebook, download my guide. And they say, please enjoy it. But they also have instructions here, and these would look whatever is required for your business, what this looks like. So this is the capture page, this is the landing page. Here, they offer you a 15-minute retirement plan. That's a great place to start, but you might have more questions. Even though we're answering a lot in this plan here, in this guide, if you have questions, click here. So there's a click through to make an appointment with somebody, to get a 25-minute one-on-one planning session, to talk to somebody, to talk to an expert about this area. Now this here, this page for you might look quite different. You might have a big sales page there where you're already offering something in relation to what they captured, what they clicked through here for. Or you might be on this page here and you might be inviting them to a webinar. Perhaps you have a webinar where they could come to. Perhaps you even have an already recorded webinar where they could go to straight away and get more information. So what you're doing is you're taking this prospect on a journey and you're nurturing them and you're warming them up towards you and what you do. So that is really what the important key is for your marketing for this year and into the future. To grab the attention, to hold it, to get them to leave their details with you, that shows they are interested, and then take them on a journey from there on in. So this here is a really powerful picture to keep in mind, and you want to bring your marketing into place with this foundation strategy. Now, we have already talked about the challenges and of course also your priorities, and a lot of it requires quite a bit of time when it comes to marketing. Not only learning what needs to be done, but also physically then doing it. And of course you can engage people to do so, but that is associated with costs. Now, if you have a set of really powerful marketing tools that are all integrated and work via automation with the power of artificial intelligence, for example, you have the ideal marketing system. All you need to do is hit the gas, go, and the system works for you. So contact me for what such a system looks like and how affordable it is, and I will show you. But this is your key to getting your marketing in place, keeping control and doing it yourself with just the click of a button. Really, just the click of a button. Having your tools integrated, automated, powered by artificial intelligence. Now, here's my 10-step marketing guide for this year. Before you do anything further, anything at all, I want you to define your marketing goal. What is it you want to achieve with your marketing? From what you want to achieve, you will know what the steps are to put that in place. Without a goal, you will not know what to do, and you are, like on a wave out there in the ocean. It goes up and down. Well, today I try this and tomorrow I try that, and somebody phoned me and said I should do this. That sounds really great. Should I really do it or not? Have a goal, and you know what fits in to the path that you need to take to achieve that goal. Focus on specialization. You will stand out as the expert, as the authority when you specialize. Now, just use this example as a visualization. When you have a fire, you're going to call the fire brigade. You're not going to call the plumber, or you're not going to call the arborist. You're going to call the fire brigade, the specialist. They stand out, and so do you. You will stand out when you specialize in something for a target market. Make sure you collect consumer data for your targeting. The more you know about your ideal customer, the more you can target them, the more you can speak to them, the more you will attract them. Collect consumer data. Number 4 is to be visible. So to just say, all my work comes from word of mouth. You know what? How long is that going to work for you? We don't know. You don't know. You really want to be visible on a multi-channel path in various places at various times. Now, you might think at this point in time that a particular social media platform is not where your customers are. You might say nobody is on Facebook. That is my customer. But here's what I put to you. How do you know that people that recommend to your customer to come to you are not on Facebook? So when they see you on Facebook, your comments, your content, what you stand for, they will recommend you to those who want to be your clients, who you want to have as your clients. So don't dismiss things before you have analyzed, researched, and really deeply looked into it. That is what marketing is about. Marketing is not just one layer. There are always deeper layers. Number 5 is highly personalized web page experience. And here I come back to the traditional picture of a website used to be, wow, this has to be a specially professional looking site. Well, yes, of course, you want it to look professional, but what does that really mean? What that means to you and what that means to your client could be two very different things. A personalized web page experience is not about you. It is about the customer, the client. So you need to know who they are and what they're looking for in order to have that web page that they find of interest, that they will go to and take the action you want them to. So rethink your idea around web pages. We are now using for our clients single page campaigns, and that is going back to what I showed you earlier. It's that foundation strategy. A single page to capture details, a single page to make an offer, a single page with information. Completely standalone, but attached to a campaign of content that goes out and a list of emails and emails that go out. So very important to consider the way the websites used to be, not necessarily want to look like now. Number 6 is building trust. This is about the personalized nurture I went into earlier in quite detail. So you're building trust when you're talking to somebody, when your personality comes across. Now, a really great way to build trust online is video. If you don't like to be on the video in a big picture yourself, then use something similar to what I have here, where you either are in the corner like I am right now, or you just simply display the screen and you talk to it. There is software out there, quite easy to access and use. So personalized is about talking to your customer directly and using ongoing nurture. Number 7 is combining ads with targeted content marketing. So you can do one or the other, but you will find that doing both together is the very best way of being visible, of being found and being seen. Advertising can be very expensive if you're not sure what you're doing, or if you're handing it over to someone else and you don't really understand what they do. Content marketing is time-consuming more so than costly, but combining the two is a really great way, particularly if you are using marketing tools that are integrated, automated, and powered by artificial intelligence. Ask me about it. Creating processes, number 8, and systems to organize your marketing flow is really important. We said earlier, that time constraint of the business owner, of you, of all the things that you're doing when you are at the stage that you haven't got enough staff yet to work with you. Processes, systems help to put a flow in place, supported by automation. Processes, systems are really powerful for all areas of your business, particularly for marketing as well. Step number 9 would be to adopt a coherent and consistent approach to all of your marketing. So make a plan. If making a plan at the beginning of the year for the whole year is too overwhelming for you, then go and cut it down to 3 monthly. So every quarter set out a new plan. Be a step ahead, but set out a plan so that you know what you are going to put out there and do it consistently. Step number 10 is using simple and affordable marketing tools that are powered by artificial intelligence. We have it available now. Make use of it. So you want to have some knowledge of marketing. You are the owner. The marketing is for you, for your business. No one else can do it as well as you unless they know you very well and work with you on a one-on-one basis for a period of time. So get to know the foundations of marketing, get to know what tools there are out there, and use those that are really simple and affordable, and simply ask me as to what we have available there for you. So this is my 10-step marketing guide for you. Now, if that has, of course, left more questions or raised more questions for you, come for a personalized Q&A session with me. You want to know what your next step needs to be, simply ask me. You have it below this video. It's been great talking to you, Sigrid Kaste from Stickybeak Marketing.